Do you broadly support the college's penalties on single-gender social groups?
I believe we agree very broadly with the intent of these sanctions, which were, we believe, two common. The first was foster more inclusivity and end a culture of exclusivity that, final clubs, in particular male-dominated final clubs, have propagated. And the second is to address systemic instances of sexual assault and harassment that exist on campus. We believe that these are very worthy, causes for the college to push for. However, the implementation of the sanctions leaves a lot to be desired. In particular, its disproportionate impact on, females, on all female spaces, given that they haven't existed for very long, don't have the financial muscle and the alumni muscle that male final clubs do. So it's really hampered those groups that we should actually be empowering, given, the college's, motto of empowering students.
The more important question here is, how do you solve social spaces? And the answer is, we are pro-inclusive spaces. It's not just pro-sanctions. We can't stop there. We need established places, and we needed them before the sanctions rolled out. And now we're playing catch-up. And we're playing catch-up because, in my opinion, the UC didn't do what they were supposed to do when they first found out about sanctions.
Thank you.
And we also recognize that these issues are incredibly complicated by issues of power and class on campus, and this is something that we're working to solve through our social inclusion grant, because everyone deserves to have the option to participate in social life if they want to. Something that we noticed in the process of rolling out these sanctions is that students were given very little input into what these sanctions would even look like, how they would be rolled out to students, and so something that we're really interested in doing is bringing students into the conversations that we will already be having with administration on these issues to make sure that students have a voice in policies that will immediately be affecting them.
Nick and Kat have remained neutral in the Asian American lawsuit. Do you support Harvard's position in the ongoing lawsuit alleging discrimination against Asian Americans in college admissions?
We support the college's position, which is to defend diversity and to implement affirmative action, because we believe that part of this transformative experience that we've had is being able to immerse ourselves in the diversity that exists on campus. However, at the same time, we believe that it's also very important for the college to be more transparent with how it makes decisions.
Right. And at the end of the day, I think our job on the UC now is to make sure that everyone feels like they belong. Because in this day and age, during this trial, a lot of people are questioning, do I deserve to be here? And it's our job right now to make sure that everyone knows that they deserve to be here and they deserve an equal shot at experiencing
Thank you.
We agree with the university's position on the case as far as where the UC should draw their lines. We need to recognize that you are a voice for the students, and not all students do agree with Harvard's position on the current lawsuit.
Samyra and I believe that Harvard's in the right here. But again, the UC isn't supposed to be the voice of two people, it's supposed to be the voice of the entire school. So that's our answer, but that might not be your answer, and your answer is more important.
So I also work to create the Asian American Caucus within the UC and have been directly reaching out to the Task Force of Asian Pacific American Studies to defend diversity and work to create a statement with the Black Caucus, Latinx Caucus, and with the Asian American Caucus to wholeheartedly put our support behind affirmative action, and to also acknowledge that the Asian American community, though, cannot be treated as a monolith, that we need to have more diverse admissions officers, we need to have more disaggregated data, we need greater transparency and accountability overall.
Now we're going to allow the tickets to ask each other questions.
When you want to make fundamental change, right, don't you want to know a little bit more about how the UC works in the first place and know a little bit more what it's like to make tangible change within the UC, to know exactly what the UC needs to do more? There are big things that you want to improve, right? But to know specifically how to improve it, don't you want to know how the system works first?
So are you asserting that we don't want to know how the system works?
No, I'm just wondering how you're going
to
do that catch up to know exactly tangibly what to do.
So, first of all, we don't want to deconstruct the UC at all. Absolutely not. We want to expand what the UC can do. I do think it's valuable and a valid question. And when I was first choosing whether or not it would be the right medium in order to create change in the school to go through the UC, I sat in on meetings. We sat with multiple deans. We sat with the dean liaison. What was it called?
Dean Miller.
Like the liaison for the UC, the guy in charge of the UC, and we went in depth on how the UC, and more specifically, the changes we wanted to bring. Are they possible? Are they practical? We wanted to bring free laundry. We're like, okay, let's think of ways around this. So we said, what about using Board Plus for laundry and Board Plus for printing? Or what if we just don't give Board Plus and make it free year round? You know what I mean? And they said that's a more practical solution. So we're talking to them, seeing how the system works, and now.